For all those who don't know, I got booked in Dubai, all expenses paid for, to cook for my client and her family for Thanksgiving. Of course, you hear so many mixed reviews about Dubai, about how it's just like a serious country who don't play. A lot of my loved ones was definitely concerned, but more excited because it's like, I got booked in Dubai. Like,
So in this video, people are going to be talking about their experiences that they had over in Dubai, and their experiences were not good ones. So I'm not going to do too much rambling with this video. This video is for entertainment purposes only and allegedly.
of course, I'm thinking like, you just have to respect their culture and their rules once you get in their city. I didn't think it was going to be discrimination right at the door. Literally. So me and my client, we both walking up in the line. She's on one side getting her passport checked. I'm on the other side. Her passport got approved. But before her passport got approved, the man asked me who I was with, and I pointed to her. They let her go through. The man immediately was trying to like get one of the other guys' attention. And I'm just sitting right there calm. He got the other guy attention, and they told me go over there to the other side of the airport to security. I go on the other side of the airport to security. I'm standing in line, and they literally like letting everyone like bust in front of me. I finally walked up to the desk and gave over my passport and my flight number, and they told me to sit down. So I'm sitting down. I'm scared, but I'm not showing I'm scared. I got my shoulder punched up, my legs open. I'm giving straight due. So at this point, they probably like really just confused.
And what's crazy, I just found out that being, in Dubai and over in that country, they do not like it. It's illegal over there. I did not know this at all. That's why it's good to read, the law. Everything that goes on in that country is best to sit down and do research on it before you leave. And I feel like that woman that was with him that booked him, if she knew that, I felt she should have told him that's illegal over there and they do not go for that. She just went on about her business, and people's like, well, about her being a woman over in Dubai, she could not argue with the men, or she would have gotten in trouble as well. But I feel like you should not did that to this guy if you knew this, I'm saying, and just left him high and dry over there.
They called me up twice to take a picture of me. So I'm already known. Like, they just sending me over to the whole Dubai. They sending me over to everybody in the airport because I'm watching at people, and it seemed like everybody's like checking their phone. So I'm still waiting. I'm still sitting, and they not acknowledging me. And even when they was calling me up, they was calling me up by their head. So if I was like directly looking, or no one didn't like tell me they was calling me, I would have never known. They finally gathered me and the people who was sitting right there up. And at this point, we still not. First of all, they are on their phone, and they supposed to be directing us where to go. And they like walking on the side of us, like, not giving two fucks. And now we have to get checked and send out things through a metal detector, walk through a metal detector. So I'm like, this look like intake to me. Mind y'all, the whole time I'm sitting down, I'm looking on Google at all these different, like, I'm questioning Google at this point because I don't have nobody to talk to. And Google just saying, once you over there, child murder can't help you out. It's their laws against yours. You could get detention. You could get jail time.
And that's true. Once you're over there, it's their laws against America. Like you said, America can't help you. You're in a whole nother country now. That's like when people come over to our country and do something that's against the law here. You're gonna get punished for it. You gotta abide by the rules, by the laws over here. It's the same way over there.
So the part where the man was taking us at, he was taking us upstairs, like to the top of the airport. So I'm like, okay, we getting somewhere. They took me to a room. In other words, the man was just basically telling me that I look like a woman. And he told me whoever I flew with, I need to get in contact with them and rebook me a flight. But I'm like, this my mom and this God, because during that time, my mother was just speaking to me. And I'm like, I got another chance. Of course, I had to call my boy Ron. And I'm just so thankful for him because my service was acting up so bad. And I'm like, Ron, find me. I don't care where it go. Find me the quickest flight out of here. Like, I don't care what country you land in. The next flight out of there was to London. I had to pay $720. Mind y'all, it's like 10 o'clock. The flight leave like at 12 p.m. I was on the first flight out of there.
Isn't that crazy? You book a flight to go to Dubai and you gotta pay $720 and book another flight to go to another country because they don't like you for who you are. I know every place have their own, like I said, laws and rules of how they do things, but that's crazy. I would have been upset. But the thing about it, like I stated earlier, that's why you have to do your research on laws when you're deciding to go to other countries.
But the most scariest thing ever is like they literally processed us to them. Like they took our passport. We wasn't able to get our passport until the flight was booked. Once the flight was booked, they had to like guide us through the whole airport. Like they put me on buses. When I get off the buses, there's people that's escorting me, like literally. I just want to thank, God, because it could have just went a lot worse. But only the strong survive, and this is something to add to my testimony, because I just knew I wasn't gonna be able to make it back home.
Guys, this is a story of the time. I was so disrespected when I went to a Muslim country. This country is called Dubai. It might sound dramatic, but hear what I'm saying. So when you're in Dubai, you can buy a lot of jewelry, right? You can buy a lot of like gold nameplate necklaces just ready for you in 20 minutes. So when I was in Dubai Mall, I was so excited for this. Like, if anyone knows me, I love gold, I love jewelry. I was like, cool, I'll take 10 type of vibe. So when I'm in the mall, talking to this guy, like the sales advisor or whatever, he's selling the jewelry to me, and he's like, oh, like what kind of jewelry do you like? Like, do you like other types of jewelry? I was like, yeah, I really love gold jewelry, so anything gold, like let me know what you have and I'll see if I want to buy it. Do you get me? Cool. Guys, this guy gets his phone out. Yeah, I don't even have a phone. He gets his phone out like this in my face and is like, what do you think of that? Do you like that? Is it enough for you? So obviously, hello, I wear glasses. The phone is like here.
First of all, why are you shoving your phone in this woman's face? That's disrespectful on its own right there. Like, you didn't even say, hey, let me show you this or anything like that. You just shoved the phone in this woman's face like it's okay to do.
I pushed the phone out of my face. I'm like, I can't even see what you're showing me. Do you get me? Looked at the phone now. This guy showed me a video of him receiving fellatio, guys. When I tell you, his everything was out. There was a woman on her knees. He was just doing his thing, and at some point she must have moved her head and his whole piece was on display.
You gotta be kidding me. Like, what possessed him to do this to this woman? What possessed him to pull his phone out and show a video of him getting toppy from another woman, but all this woman wanted was gold jewelry at his store? How did it go from you helping me with gold jewelry to you showing me a woman giving you toppy on your phone? I guess he thought that was gonna turn her on, and maybe he felt like, oh well, she give me, give in and give me toppy, I'll give her this stuff free. Like, everybody's not gonna be down with that.
And he said to me, what do you think? Is this enough? Guys, if you know me, I'm the most outspoken person. In that moment, I was so shocked that I literally just stood there. Like, I couldn't even speak. I couldn't believe that was happening to me. And it was just crazy. Sorrows, prayers, all of that. I was so offended, but I couldn't speak. Like,
I mean, I would have been the same way. I wouldn't know what to say after that. You sitting there having a conversation about jewelry and somebody show you a video of them getting that done to them. I wouldn't even have any words for it either, because it would have threw me off guard. Like, what are you supposed to say after that?
I didn't know, because I just felt like I'm in a different country. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He obviously thought I was an escort, right? And at the same time, it's like, as much as I can say to him, that's mad, he shouldn't have done that. That was the maddest situation I've ever been in on holiday. And I actually, bro, even thinking about it at times, I just get like, I couldn't even believe the violation. But yeah, needless to say, I walked away, never like went back to that guy's store. But I've always, like, that's just scarred me, and I will never return to Dubai. If anything, Dubai actually owes me an apology, because I can't believe that happened to me.
Story time on how my friend was gang banged in Dubai, and until now she did not seek justice because it's not possible. So my friend traveled to Dubai to go and do vacation one time. That was her first time to go to Dubai. So she has a friend there. I think she said the second day after she got there, they had gone to a restaurant, and as they were eating, somebody walked up to her and said he wanted to take her contact for his boss. So she was like, who is your boss? And he pointed to the boss table. So she gave the driver the contact.
See, that is where your friend off top messed up at. You don't give your contact information to somebody that you do not know, and then they send the driver over to get the contact information from her for the guy. The man didn't even come over himself to even talk to the girl. That's where your friend messed up at from the beginning, of giving her contact information to somebody she doesn't even know.
The man waved and she was like, hi. So 3 days later, according to how somebody texted her and said that he was the one that took her contact from the restaurant, that he wants them to hang out today. She showed the message to her friend, and her friend was like, oh, okay, you can go, it's just normal hangout thing. The man was like, they were going to spend some time together. So she was like, okay, so what should she bring? The person said, don't worry, you're going to go shopping before we go to the penthouse that we're going to spend the time together. So she was thinking she was chatting with the main boss. She never knew it was the driver.
Once again, it's the driver being the contact person. Why can't this man talk to her for himself? Like, that's a red flag right there.
So that day, the guy picked her by 12 and told her that his boss said she should go for shopping and buy whatever she wants. Brought out a card, gave her the pin, everything. My friend say, God have buttered my bread, my life have changed. This kind of man I meet, I'm going to be in love, blah, blah, blah. She went for shopping. She said what she shopped for was nothing less than $30,000. When she got to the penthouse, she saw the guy that waved to her that day. He was in a swimming pool. He was swimming with 4 other men.
Why is it 4 other men there in the pool? Well, you know how this is probably about to go, because that's not a good look. He said that he wanted her and him to spend time together. So why is it 4 other men in the pool out besides him?
So she said hi to everybody, and she said hi to the person she came to see. The guy told her to go and put on her bikini and come back. When she came back, she entered the pool and she went to meet the person she knows. The other 4 men were there. So as they were swimming, her own person that she came to meet started touching her. She now told him that can they go to the room, because anything that they want to do, they cannot do it in the pool where there are all 4 other men. That before she would say that one, the other one from the back started touching her. She looked at that one and she was like, no now. Before she would do no now, another guy from here. And that was how these 4 men plus her own, the person she knows, that was how all of them banged her for 4 to 5 hours. She said it lasted for at least 4 hours.
Oh my God. Lasted for 4 to 5 hours of them probably taking turns on her or doing it to her at the same time. Oh my goodness, I would be screaming and hollering and all the above. But that's why I said you should not give your contact information to a person you don't know, and you should not have went to this man's house looking at, because he gave her, afterwards of getting the contact information, gave her a card for her to go on a shopping spree, and she automatically like, oh, I got my bread and butter, I found a man of my dream, because he was giving you money. Yeah, he was giving you money and letting you buy stuff because he had this plan of him and his 4 buddies were going to get you there and they was going to have fun with you. But she was just thinking it was going to be the guy. She was just cool with the guy doing something with her, but she wasn't expecting these other guys. But he knew what he was going to do with her. This is crazy.
She did not tell me, like, because the way she was explaining it, she suffered. 4 hours. She said these people banged on her, like they they peed on her, they pooped on her. That if it was just the banking, it would have been okay. That the things they did to her, no man has done it to her in her life. When she came back, she was traumatized for a long time.
I flew to Dubai as a literal fairy to meet with my sugar daddy. He got deported on my birthday, so to try to make it up to me, he sends me a first-class ticket on Emirates to Dubai. And at first I'm like, okay, I'm not going on this. I'm not about to be stolen and sold. But then after Googling how much that ticket actually costs and seeing that it's more than my entire yearly income, I was like, at least if we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out in style. Before I can even get out of the airport though, this guy in a Target jumpsuit runs up to me and is like, give me your passport. So of course I'm rude. I'm like, get away from me, dirty creature. He ends up being the literal airport police, whips out a badge and has 3 officers escort me to the side to be inspected. They're mid-inspection of my giant makeup bag being like, why do you have this?
Now knowing what I know, they wanted to know why he had that makeup bag to see was he a gay man, because they were going to end up doing him just like they did the gentleman at the beginning.
After they finally let me leave, the first thing I have this man do is take me to the Fendi store to buy me my well-deserved gifts.
oh wow, they let him through. That's crazy, because the first guy, as you can see, they didn't even let him even get through the airport without stopping him. I would like to know, how was he able to get through?
I mean, the whole goal of this trip is literally to get as much money from this man as I can before I have to run away from him. I was literally consider staying longer than my expected trip until I find out that he has 2 children and a wife that he is actively with. And he tells me as if it's a casual thing when I ask if I should stay longer. He's like, yeah, you can. I just have to go see my wife and kids. What?
You guys, these are some crazy experiences that these people had over in Dubai. If you all enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about their experiences. That's all, you guys.